Hi everyone, it's Gregory Scott here to do your astrology and tarot forecast for the week starting the 21st of April and going through until the 27th of April 2014. I've spoken about the Grand Cross that's in the heavens at the moment, and I've got a separate video on that. It talks about the influences that this is providing us with, and it also looks at the two eclipses that are happening around this time on the 15th of April and also on the 29th of April. So if you're interested in those energies, please have a look at that video. You can find it just by typing in Grand Cross and it'll appear. And the reason I'm mentioning it now is the energies of this Grand Cross are still in effect until the 3rd of May. So the astrological influences that I'm going to be talking about today are happening, but they're happening on top of that as well. So, you know, these are things that are happening at the same time. So on the 21st of April, the Monday, Easter Monday, the moon is in Capricorn and it's in the 6th house conjunct with Pluto. And this is really interesting. What that means is that there's going to be a real transformation of the emotional self in a practical, tangible way. So what you'll find is that something about your daily routine or your physical health, or something that you connect with on a day-to-day basis, is really going to alter and change. If you think of Pluto as Hades in Greek mythology, he's really the god of the underworld, and the underworld is all about something ending and something being reborn and something, having a kind of fresh new start and a rebirth. So this is really what's happening on Monday in terms of the moon there. Something in your daily life becomes reborn, so that could be a new passion, a new life for something, but a real new kind of energy coming into your life on Monday. On the 22nd, Tuesday, the moon is in its third quarter. The third quarter of the moon, it's reaching fulfillment, it's reaching that kind of fullness, and it's in the 6th house in Aquarius now, 3 degrees of Aquarius. And what that means is, the whole month has been building up to this, and it means that you're going to start feeling very much at ease being a leader, working with ideas, helping other people to communicate. And because it's so near the Descendant, it means that you have a real knack for connecting with people, first of all, that you're looking to bring into your life and that you would like to have in your life. So whether that's on a personal level or on a career level, it's the people you're drawn to. And you're able to influence those people and speak to them from a kind of leadership perspective. So really be aware of that quality within yourself. What's also interesting on this day is that Mars moves into the 3rd house in Libra. And what that means is not only do you have this ability to influence people, but Mars is very forceful and Libra really creates harmony. So you're able to manipulate is a little bit strong, but you're able to kind of direct people in the direction you'd like them to go, to create something wonderful in your own life. And you can do that by communicating with them in the way you would like to communicate. 23rd, the Wednesday of the week, sees Mercury moving into Taurus in the 10th house. That means it's a really good day for you in terms of work. You're able to communicate what you want, what you need, and you're able to do that in a practical way in your working life. Jupiter is also in the 12th house in Cancer on this day, and it forms something very interesting on this day in particular, is what I meant to say. And the Jupiter in the 12th house there, it forms an almost pyramid kind of shape. It goes like this. There's no base, but it's just two things connecting. And at the tip here, connecting, Jupiter meets Chiron, which is in the 9th house in Pisces. And on the other side of that pyramid is Saturn in Scorpio in the 4th house. And what that means is that Jupiter is going to be on this side, Saturn's on this side. Jupiter is going to want you to expand emotionally and really reach out spiritually and to make real progress. And Saturn in the 4th in Scorpio is really going to force you to examine some family issues that you don't want to examine. And they're going to push together and make you hit this Chiron point in Pisces. And it means you're going to want to you're going to be forced to look at something in your life that needs healing. And you're not going to be too thrilled about this, but you're going to have to look at it anyway. It's to do with your emotions, and you're going to feel a real sense of pressure to look at that, and it may make you want to escape, so just be aware of that. On the 24th, on Thursday, the moon moves into Pisces in the 8th, and it conjuncts Neptune. So this is a really interesting day. It means you're going to be very much interested in the otherworldly side of life, in the kind of nebulous, kind of fantastical, you know, the kind of fantasy, unreal, dreamlike kind of qualities of life. So this is, you know, you getting your meditation tapes out, or your really new agey tapes, and thinking about the UFOs over Machu Picchu. It's this sort of energy. It's very new agey, very dreamlike. And because the moon is what you feel comfortable with, Neptune is that spiritual kind of nebulous, dreamlike quality. They're conjunct here, so they're blending and adding their energies to each other. They're both in Pisces, which is the sign of the spiritual kind of dreamlike state anyway. You're going to find that on this day, you will really resonate with that kind of dream quality. So just be aware of that. If you're trying to do something practical, you're going to have a real tendency to daydream, to float off into space, and to just be in your own little world for a while. On the 25th, on the 25th here, the moon is still in Pisces. It moves on a little bit, but it's still in this 8th house, but it now conjuncts with Chiron and Venus. Venus being in the 9th house, but also in Pisces. What that means is now you kind of shift the emotions a little bit, and you look at, you feel really comfortable in love relationships, and looking at romantic kind of things, but also you feel really comfortable at looking at something that needs healing in your emotional life. So it started really on the 23rd, on Wednesday, with this Jupiter Saturn putting pressure on you to look at healing. Then the 24th was very much about, you know, the kind of daydream kind of state. And now on the 25th, it's looking more at the emotions, but now from the romance side of things, and also healing. So the last couple of days have really been about your emotions from different angles, but you're going to make real progress and get some real insights into your emotional life here. So expect to really unblock some issues that you've had maybe in your relationship with your partner, or to really discover a new depth of feeling for someone that you haven't been aware of in the past. 26, moon goes into Aries in the 9th, so a total change of energy now on the 26th. You're going to just be a pioneer. The moon is at 0 degrees of Aries, so it's not just Aries, it's the very beginning of Aries, which is the spark of life, the starting point, the pioneering, driving force. So you're going to really shift gears from the emotions and really get involved in life and really just get out there. Also, the Sun and Mercury are perfectly conjuncting each other in Taurus in the 10th house. So it's another great day for career. Again, you're going to be able to communicate what you want. Your ego gets involved here. You're really going to be able to get what you want in terms of your working life. So, you know, the great thing about these readings is that they kind of give you clues as to how to time your life. And this week, the 23rd and the 26th are really going to be great for you in terms of your working life. If you've got any contracts to sign, if you want to speak to your boss about a promotion, if you want to look at applying for something better, a raise, anything like that, 23rd and 26th are the days to do it and look for it. Okay, finally, to end the week, the 27th of April, there's something really interesting happening on this day that, right, what I mentioned earlier in the week on the 23rd, this joining of Jupiter, Saturn and Chiron, on the 23rd it was a pyramid. Now what's happening on this day, the 27th, the pyramid is actually changing and becoming a grand trine, which means it becomes a fully realized triangle. And what that means is the energy isn't so pressurized and pushy. It means it's much more balanced, and each section flows into the other section perfectly. So the expansive energy of Jupiter in the 12th house in Cancer, that wanting to look for making advances in terms of spirituality, really flows and eases with that sense of personal healing of your subconscious, of your emotional self, which then flows effortlessly into looking at the structure and emotions around your family life, and then that flows into supporting you into growing spiritually again. And it goes around this triangle in a perfect never-ending triangle and really just supports itself. And interestingly, this is in the chart. I had a look. It lasts until the 17th of June. Obviously the houses change, so the areas of output change, but the actual triangle is there until the 17th of June, which is a month and a half really of this real nurturing of your emotional self. So that's wonderful. Okay, let me have a look at the tarot side of things and see what's coming up in terms of the energies there. Okay, great. Okay, so the first card is Judgment, the 20th card of the major arcana. And what this is really relating to is the sign, the zodiac sign of Pisces. So Pisces, you're going to really be influenced by this event on the 24th when the moon conjuncts Neptune. And I mean, it is your sign anyway that these two planets are occurring in. So you're going to really feel that sort of dream state and the daydreaming effect strongest, and just be, you know, aware of that and really watch out for this tendency to really just daydream big time on this day and really have some really, you know, on the downside, some kind of funny ideas. On the plus side, you're going to have a real aptitude for intuitive messages coming through. If you do any work like channeling or mediumship or, you know, automatic writing, this is the day for you to really bring those messages in and across. It's going to be wonderful for you. The next card is the Hierophant, the 5th card of the major arcana, and that's ruled by Saturn. Saturn in turn rules the sign of Capricorn. So Capricorn, for you this week, you're going to be influenced by those wonderful work opportunities the most this week, on the 23rd and 26th. And also on the 21st, the transformation of your daily routine life. That's going to happen for you most strongly, you know, straight away on the Monday of this week. So really watch out for that. So expect a rebirth to your daily routine. And then finally, the High Priestess, the 2nd card of the major arcana, ruled by the moon. And what that means is that Cancer, you're going to make the most inroads into your emotional life. Between the 23rd and the 25th, you're going to feel the most pressure to heal something within yourself, to really go off into a dream state, and you also will be able to bring information through in terms of that channeling mediumship kind of way. And also on the 25th, the delving into the romantic side of life. You're going to really have an aptitude for the emotions this week. So those are the 3 signs that are going to be impacted most strongly. I hope you have a wonderful week. It looks really good. Bear in mind that the Grand Cross energy is still with you until the 3rd of May. If you'd like me to have a look at your natal chart in particular, then please send me an email. My address is readings@gregoryscott.co.uk. You can also have a look on the website and see all the different types of readings I do, how, you know, what formats they can be done in, what the prices are, and all of that stuff. Just visit gregoryscott.co.uk and have a look on there, and have a wonderful week.